Well, good evening guys. I am somewhere in Dixie National Forest right now. Not far from Bryce Canyon National Park actually. Perhaps you can see, that's not Bryce Canyon, but you can see some of the beautiful cliffs in the background there. I'm going to just check out some of the cool plants we can find here. That's the cool stuff you can see. It's not going to be a very long video, but you guys will see. Let's jump right into this. Now, the good news about this place is that it's got a pretty intact environment right here. And there are some invasives like the crested wheatgrass is growing everywhere, unfortunately, but most of the other plants are native. Mostly we have Artemisia tridentata variety vaseyana, or mountain sagebrush, or mountain big sagebrush, perhaps I should say more accurately, as well as Chrysothamnus viscidiflorus, the species of Rabbitbrush. I don't know what the common name is, I don't really care either. So yeah, mostly good native species. Some cool wildflowers too, like Linum lewisii. They're not in bloom yet, they'll be in bloom later. Perhaps this night. It's a species in the family Linaceae, the Flax family. In fact, this is called blue flax. What's a little cool about them is they produce a nice blue flower every single day, a new one every day. Got a very, almost impossibly thin, thread-like stem of the plant, and of course, Packera multilobata. So this really bizarrely lobed leaves. You can see right down there. Very strange plant it is. I like it nonetheless. Should we go into the forest? I think it's a good idea. Oh, and of course we got the other common species of rabbitbrush you find out in the west. Ericameria nauseosa, growing not too large. These things can get over 7 feet tall apparently, and grow quite quickly. Be told apart from the other species by the fact that its branches are sort of white with this weird jelly downy-like hair. It might not show up. See, the branches are white, the new branches are white. If you try to scrape the hair off of them, it's really difficult with one hand, but if you manage to do it, what you'll find is a almost bizarre jelly-like mass of hairs stuck to your thumbnail. And it might not look like hairs, but it definitely is, and looking at them under a magnifying glass will show that. But anyways, onto the forest. The forest I'm coming upon now is dominated by Ponderosa Pine, which is the dominant species of pine tree out in the forests of southern Utah, at least in the middle elevations. But for some reason you won't find it in like northern Utah, so like around north of Spanish Fork. I'm not sure why that is. They grow just fine if you plant them in Salt Lake City, so there's obviously a distributional issue with them. We just won't been eradicated perhaps from the Wasatch and other ranges. And again, they can find them further north too. I heard it proposed that there's sort of a bit of a problem getting enough solar precipitation for most pine species, because there are actually not a lot of pine species at all in Salt Lake City and the sort of Wasatch range. Out to the north and south, you find plenty of them, which is very odd. Some really interesting wildflowers here too. Like this guy. I can't remember the scientific name of it, but it's a mat-forming penstemon, which is very odd. Most penstemon species grow nice and tall, just like a normal wildflower, instead of this weird mat-forming shape. But nonetheless, if you look at the flowers, they are absolutely characteristic of the penstemon genus. It makes you wonder what motivated them to evolve in such a strange way. I don't know if you can hear this right now, but there's a ton of chirping going around me. A lot of cicadas in the tree. If I can find one, I'll show you a video of them. But they are, I promise, absolutely everywhere. And it is kind of loud almost. Not quite as loud as it was earlier, but so it's turning into night, but it is quite loud still. At least for insects making clicking noises. Another cool thing about Ponderosa pines, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, because you're probably interested in plants already, but if you go up to one and peel the bark back and smell it, it'll smell a bit like, you know, piney, turpentine-y, but more importantly, it'll smell like just a tiny bit of either vanilla or butterscotch, and it helps set them apart from other pines. It's not really an identifying characteristic, but it is a cool thing that is somewhat unique to them. And what would a forest be without Eriocoma hymenoides, Indian ricegrass. I'm going to try and eat it again. Well, still tastes like grass. Now I have grass in my mouth that I can't spit out at all. Well, the light's fading pretty fast, so I'm going to have to wrap this video quickly. I'll do this guy. This little flower right here is Oenothera hartwegii. I don't know what to say about it. It's a good genus. I'll make a better, more proper video about this place sometime in the future. I'll definitely be back and hopefully have better video making skills. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Damn, we got a whole lot of them right here. Whew. All that yellow. Oenothera hartwegii. Oh my god, is that a tick? Ah, what the hell? Jesus Christ, I think I got a tick in my arm. Oh my god.